walk you through, this young lady will walk you through the
Me too. Okay. My name's Kristen. I used to be a student of his, and like last year, and I go to CSUN now, so I'm in this speech class, and you guys are all gonna have to take this speech class. I don't know if necessarily you have to do a project like this, but basically I came to talk to you all. Like I need an audience, and I need a young audience because it's the young people that are going to change, our future and how the world is, especially with all the stuff we're going through right now. Obviously, with like budget cuts, that'll be more effective when you're in college. So I don't know how it's affecting you right now in high school, but basically what I can talk to you about is the Invisible War in Uganda, and what that is, it's a rebel movement where this group called the LRA, it's called the Lord Resistance Army. It started in the 1970s where this group just believed that they just want to overthrow the government, and they just didn't believe in their policies. And what they decided to do is get young children, they capture them and they gather them up and force them into armies where the children are brainwashed and forced to just, they're taught to kill and murder. That's all they're taught. That's all they know, and they capture children themselves and they usually get children between the ages of 5 and 12 because they're young enough, to not really know what they're doing. So when they're taught something, they're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's right. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm taught when I'm young. That's all I know. And they're like young enough to, and like still old enough to carry weapons, like large guns, and to sneak in through schools and then take other children with them. And so I'm about to show you a clip. It's the real children in Uganda. This was filmed not too long ago, I think 2004. And everything that's happening in this right now, it's still happening today. That's why it's still an issue, and changes still haven't been made, and Uganda is still poor, and basically without funding and people being aware about the situation, nothing's happening, nothing's changing. And so 3 people from America went down there to film them and talk to them about like what's going on, and they actually didn't even know this was going on. They just kind of discovered it when they were visiting Uganda, and so they're like, it's called the Invisible War because people like not everyone knows about it, and they do, they just kind of brush off their shoulders. And it's called Invisible War as well because there's no written documentations of people who are dead and the children are in the army, so it's as if it's not existing, but it is existing. So here's just a brief clip. They're interviewing one of the children.
Thank you, don't say.
I don't have even blanket, but the Gusco gave us. This is only my clothes, and then this also. But it was given by Gusco also. We don't have anything to do with food. Maybe if we eat once a day. So it is better when you kill us. And if possible, you can kill us, you kill us. For us, we don't want now to stay. We are only no one taking care of us. We are not going to school. So
you would rather die than stay on Earth.
Yes.
Now, even now.
Even now.
On the last night we spent with Jacob and Thomas, they started talking about their brother who was murdered by the rebels. We asked Jacob what he would say if his brother was still here.
I will tell you that I love you, but now I miss you. So it is better when we meet. We are going, even if we are not going to meet, but we may meet in heaven. You see? So it is better. I will not talk much. I will start something. Because if I saw my brother once again, I don't.
Basically, all of their children. They're like, because there's this war going on, there's just chaos where they live. You know, children aren't going to school. They can barely sleep at night because they're afraid of these people coming in at night and capturing them, and of course then the armies are taking them away from their families. So, and they're not with their families. You know, they have to like kind of live on their own because they don't want their parents, they want them, the children, to be in the armies to kill other people, so they can't live with their family. So, and also where they're filming is kind of like a burrow where about like 500 kids like sleep at night. They sleep all together, like on the floor. So basically, what I'm kind of like trying to convince you is basically like to just, you know, bring awareness to other people about this. You know, just talk to them about like, oh hey, have you heard about this? You know, it's kind of like a sad story. And just the more and more people know about it, the more that like there can be changes. If no one knows about it, then how is anyone supposed to be concerned about it? And also, you know, I know you guys are in high school, and you know, I don't know if you guys work or anything, but it doesn't take that much to like just, you know, possibly donate to like, you know, a couple of funding programs. There's this site called InvisibleChildren.com, and on that site you can just, there's different ways of donating. You can like donate to have children have like a scholarship so they can go to school and get an education, or you can just donate just for food, you know, provide funding for food, and I've actually got it listed here. So there's like $12 to help rescue child soldiers, a scholarship, and oh, and then if you can't like donate actual money, then you can just donate your time, maybe like being like a mentor to someone, like just sending like you know, emails to them, because over there in Uganda they've set up a program where they have people from America that are trying to communicate through technology, so they would show the children there, you know, that there's people that care about them in America, because they feel just neglected, like we don't have, you know, the same opportunities that they do. And so, and also by watching this film, I watched the whole documentary, it just made me think about like how we have so much, and here we are like in a classroom too, like we have education, and like right about now, like as we're speaking, like, they're probably just fearing for their lives, you know, from this rebel movement and from just fearing that they're going to be captured, and if they do, they take the risk of just even dying themselves. You heard him, he's just so, doesn't even want to be living. He's that scared of just living every day. And I saw in one part of the documentary that if they even look like they're about to be crying when they're with the rebel movement, they just kill them on the spot, because they think like, oh, you're crying, you're thinking about home. You know, to get you out of that mindset, you just need to die. That's their life. And so, you know, you really don't know what you have until you watch a documentary like this. So, you know, you don't have to donate. I mean, I encourage it. Again, it's on InvisibleChildren.com, or you can just tell other people about it. That would be a big help too. Just, you know, bring people awareness about it. Basically, and if you do want to watch this documentary, I watch it all on YouTube. You can just watch Invisible Children documentary, just type that in, and it shows you all the parts. I'm sure there's an actual DVD somewhere, but I didn't know where it is, so I just watched it on YouTube. But that's all I came to talk to you about, and thank you guys for listening.